Okay guys, welcome to Fairmont St Andrews. I can see the old course just over there, but we're here on the range at Fairmont because this is the 716 Titleist irons launch. And I know what you're probably thinking, that these aren't irons that I've got in my hands. Why am I holding a couple of hybrids? Well, this is actually really interesting because Titleist have actually launched a new hybrid along with their 716 irons. Obviously there was a 915 hybrid which was launched last year, and so why have they launched hybrids with their irons? Well, the theory behind this is because they think that with your irons, when you're getting fitted into your irons and you're finding gaps, that's the time when you need to think about hybrids. When you're looking at am I going to get fitted into a 4 iron, or do I need to be going into a hybrid? And so that's really their thinking behind this. So what's different about these? Well, first thing I noticed is the finish is different. There's like a grey, almost like chromy, metallic, finish on these. The 915 hybrids were more of a black finish. So for me, that took a little bit of getting used to. I was a lot more used to seeing that black finish. But head shape wise, I think they're pretty much the same. Same as the 915s, but we've got a H1 and we've got a H2. Obviously the H1 aimed more towards your game improvement end of the market, more to kind of sweep the ball away. A little bit more compact with the H2, for those who might like to kind of come down steeper on the ball, a bit more like an iron motion, if you like. Higher flight on the H1, and kind of the H2s, maybe those looking for a little bit more control. But like I said, they've still got the same technology as 915. We've got the active recoil channel there, which kind of increases ball speed off the face, makes them very, very forgiving right off the face. And I think if you're someone that's maybe missed out on the 915 hybrids, maybe you should look into getting into these, because I think these are fantastic club. Distance wise, they go miles. You do really feel it pinging off the face. They look great, and you've got something for for different levels of ability here. We've got kind of more your high handicappers into H1. Some of your better players might go into H2, but either way, they both perform fantastically well. I got fitted into the H1 because I kind of have got more of that sweeping motion. Like to sweep it away. Get plenty of height, get a lot of launch on there. But I really think that there's something for everyone here. Whatever your ability level, definitely give the new 816 hybrids a try.
I'll only read it from two sides here. I read it from mainly behind the ball and the low side of the ball. So my first point of view that I